Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Superman issue 3 in the second story, Superboy Bodyguard, a story we've already kind of had with Superman a few times. Well, technically he had his own bodyguard. This is also too similar to a cliched Superman story where you have Superman protecting someone or watching out for someone who is being reckless. You see, there is this rich guy whose son is, as said, reckless. He looks like a young Jimmy Olsen. Hubert is the name of the kid. And he wants him to be protected. So if Superboy watches over the kid and protects him, he will donate a tract of land to be a playground for the youngins. I feel like Superboy should ask for more from this rich man. It seems so small. At the same time, there are some mobsters who either want the land or just don't want this deal to happen. So they're trying to keep that from happening. So they're going to go after Hubert. Hubert is an idiot. And knowing that Superboy is watching out for him, Hubert's reckless nature becomes much worse. So the comic is mainly Superboy saving Hubert from himself and stuff the mobsters are doing to him. This is all fine and good. There are versions of this in the main Superman comics where either from their own stupidity or because of Superman, he has to protect them from themselves, like a Mr. Magoo story, kind of, if Superman was constantly saving Mr. Magoo. It's not a good analogy if I have to specify it like that. Anyway, my problem with this story, like with all stories where it becomes just three things happening, is once Superboy is involved, once they've at least done it once and it's failed because of Superboy, there needs to be some sort of rising action, an escalation to what they are doing. Superboy is a bigger problem than just doing whatever to hurt the kid. You have to think about that. You have to make the tension rise. You got to go bigger. But all three things they end up doing to Herbert are all at the same level. And that's really why these stories sometimes are not particularly very exciting to read. There is no rising action. It's not getting like tighter. It's not getting more exciting. And when you're dealing with a character so big like Superboy or Superman, you need to go bigger. You can start off pretty simply at the beginning, but they need to actually sit there and resolve that they're not just trying to hurt the kid. They're trying to also get around Superboy, and they never do that. It's very weak storytelling for it to be at the same wavelength the entire time. Also, I don't particularly care about Hubert. I don't want him to die, but he needs to learn a lesson. We have that same sort of bully problem from that election issue I wasn't happy about. He learns his lesson, but it's more about Clark jumping through a fiery hoop, don't ask, and being like, oh, that could have been dangerous, that causes this change in him. That's too small for me. Something needs to actually happen to the kid. But nothing ever happens to the kid because, well, Superboy's too good at his job, so the catalyst of his change feels dishonest because it didn't feel like he was confronted with the dangers or consequences of his actions. There needed to be consequences. Something dramatic should happen for him to change. So just a lot of really weak plot points that otherwise just make what is a not particularly spectacular or exciting Superboy story even worse. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 3, Superboy Bodyguard. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday. We cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? And why is Superboy always trying to get playgrounds and land for community centers? It's a net good, but I feel like he could be doing so much more. Go back to destroying cities so they build low-income housing, Superman. Oh, God. Okay, have a great day.